bed, and he came into bed, and I went, don't say a word.
Yeah.
Just don't say one word.
Yeah.
And then when I woke up, I went to my mom's.
But you went back to him.
Think about a legend, Cher. Not only Dave left a mark on Ramsay relationship that does not lead to fans with her marriage, iconic voice and style. Comment revealed behind the one if you support scenes. Two whole if not family cry. Lie's surprise was Fall and Ronstadt, a mysterious find woman out in this bankruptcy video. Net worth over $360 million. Her various income streams built up a fortune of $360 million by 2025. The money flows from 5 main sources. Her music career brought in substantial earnings, with global sales of over 100 million records. Tours added even more. Her 2002 to 2005 Living Proof. The Farewell Tour earned $250 million, about $402 million in 2025 dollars. Real estate investments consistently paid off. The Beverly Hills estate she shared with Sonny Bono brought in $90 million in 2016. Her Sierra Towers condo in LA, bought for $4.5 million in 2006, sold for $5.25 million after hitting the market in 2015. Acting paychecks added up too. She earned a reported $1 million for just 7 minutes on screen in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, 2018. Las Vegas shows brought in big money, up to $60 million yearly at their peak, though she noted much went to production costs and her 100-person staff. Brand deals and business ventures keep broadening her income streams, adding to her entertainment earnings. Despite her success, Cher stays watchful about business deals. She sued Sale Venture Partners in 2016, claiming they cheated her out of about $1.3 million in failed investments. This careful approach to money likely comes from her early days with Sonny Bono, who once had total control of her finances. But what has helped her accumulate such a huge fortune over decades, from the limelight to smart investments? A fortune through decades of reinvention. Cher's path to financial success shows her exceptional skill at bouncing back and reinventing herself. Her strategic career moves turned her from a struggling artist into an entertainment powerhouse. She hit rock bottom financially, but made a life-changing decision that would reshape her future forever. Money problems left Cher starting from scratch mid-career. I lost all the money I had worked for at some point. I had to start at ground zero, and I didn't know what I was gonna do to make a living for my kids, she told The Jennifer Hudson Show. This financial setback became her springboard to one of her most profitable career moves. She struck gold with Caesar's Palace through a 3-year deal in 2008 that earned her $60 million. This wasn't her first time at the venue. She had a residency there from 1979 to 1982 that grew into her first solo tour. Her new Caesar's Palace show dazzled audiences with 14 dancers, 4 aerialists, and 17 Bob Mackie-designed costumes. The show's success spoke for itself, bringing in over $97 million during its 3-year run from May 2008 to February 2011. She shared the 4,300-seat Coliseum with other stars like Elton John and Bette Midler. Caesar's Palace president Gary Selesner put it best. Cher's name in one word encapsulates icon, award-winning legend, and captivating performer. These numbers look small next to her Living Proof farewell tour. Running from 2002 to 2005, this tour became one of the most successful concert series by a female artist at that time, earning $200 million from 325 shows worldwide. North American shows alone sold 2.88 million tickets and generated $195 million across 280 performances. She outperformed other female stars, including Tina Turner, $108 million in 2000, Madonna, $74 million in 2001, and Britney Spears, $43.7 million in 2002. Through decades of reinventing her image and career, Cher has proven that persistence is a valuable, intangible asset. Did you know that in addition to music and film, she has also expanded her empire into the business world with bold moves? Cher expands her empire. Cher's business sense matches her artistic talents, and she has broadened her wealth across multiple industries. Her performances brought in good money, but her investments in real estate and brand partnerships turned out just as profitable. Over several decades, Cher built an impressive real estate collection across America. She started buying properties in the 1970s with an Aspen home and kept adding strategic properties throughout Los Angeles, New York, Hawaii, and Florida. The Owlwood estate in Holmby Hills stands out as one of her earliest purchases. She and Sonny Bono bought it for just $750,000. This turned out to be brilliant, as the property sold for $88 million in 2020. Her Malibu mansion is maybe even her biggest real estate success story. She bought undeveloped land for $2.95 million in 1989 and turned it into an Italian Renaissance-style estate. She listed it for $85 million in 2022 and adjusted the price to $75 million in 2023. Her property investment track record speaks for itself. A Miami Beach mansion bought for $1.5 million brought in $4.35 million 3 years later. Her Key Biscayne, Florida home sold for $8.8 million in 2006. A Hawaiian property bought for $2.9 million went for $8.7 million at auction just a year later. Cher also protected her music earnings through legal battles. She won a long fight against Mary Bono, Sonny's widow, over Sonny and Cher catalog royalties in 2024. The court upheld Cher's 1978 divorce settlement that gave her 50% of royalties, despite Mary Bono's termination rights claims. The judge explained that a right to receive royalties is distinct from a grant of copyright. This victory secured about $418,000 in held-back royalties and protected her future income from hits like "I Got You Babe" and "The Beat Goes On." Cher's iconic status opened doors to strategic collaborations. She worked with big names like Handem, MAC Cosmetics, and Opie. She became UGG's campaign face with shoots at her Malibu home that showcased both her values and their products. The year 2023 saw her launch Cherlato, her own gelato business with a traveling truck serving Los Angeles neighborhoods. As Cher continues to expand her empire into lucrative business ventures, what will happen to her vast fortune? This question has her family worried and alarmed about her future inheritance plans. Cher's family raises alarm over inheritance plans. Cher's massive $360 million fortune has become a source of family tension as inheritance issues grow more intense. The 78-year-old singer's family dynamics might change forever because of questions about her estate's future distribution after her death. Family members feel anxious about Cher possibly changing her will. Sources close to the situation say she might include A.E. Edwards in her estate planning, despite their brief relationship. Her children find this especially troubling since Edwards has become more involved in her professional life. People close to the family worry that Edwards influences more than just her creative decisions. The 40-year age gap between Cher and 38-year-old Edwards makes her loved ones nervous. They fear he could outlive her by decades and control much of her fortune that should stay in the family. Most celebrities keep their inheritance plans private, but Cher's family disagreements have spilled into public view. The situation got worse when she started giving Edwards what sources call expensive gifts and talked about long-term financial plans that could affect her estate's value. Financial experts usually tell celebrities like Cher to set up clear trusts and succession plans early. Making big changes later in life raises red flags among estate planning professionals, especially when much younger romantic partners are involved. Sources say Cher's sons, 55-year-old Chaz Bono and 48-year-old Elijah Blue Allman, deeply worry about these developments. Both sons think Edwards might be using their mother's affection to gain financially rather than having genuine intentions. Chaz has tried several times to talk about inheritance concerns with his mother. Their relationship stayed relatively close after his gender transition. These conversations became tense as Cher defended her relationship choices and financial decisions. Elijah Blue's response seems more complex because of his rocky relationship with his mother. Sources say he feels especially vulnerable about inheritance changes given his history of estrangements and reconciliations with Cher. Her family worries most about Cher's property holdings, particularly her $75 million Malibu mansion. They fear Edwards could take control of these valuable assets through marriage or updated estate planning. Both sons stand united in their concerns despite their different relationships with their mother. Family friends say they've tried to handle the situation carefully but firmly. They respect Cher's independence while sharing legitimate worries about possible financial exploitation. This family drama reflects many celebrity inheritance disputes. More than just money hangs in the balance, Cher's lasting legacy matters too. Her children believe this legacy belongs with the family she raised, not a new partner whose motives their closest friends still question. While Cher's family is worrying about her inheritance, did you know that a huge chunk of her fortune was severely affected by an unexpected event? That was when Cher's ex-husband, Sonny Bono, left her facing bankruptcy. Could past decisions affect Cher's current fortune? How Sonny Bono left her broke. Cher's financial watchfulness started during her marriage to Sonny Bono. She became an employee in her career. She found the devastating truth after signing a contract with Sonny's Cher Enterprises. I was simply a person that didn't get paid. Their business setup gave Sonny 95% of their act's earnings. Cher received only $500 weekly. This gap remained even when the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour became television's top-rated show. She had no creative control or financial freedom during this partnership. The 1975 divorce brought shocking revelations about her finances. "I thought I'd be taken care of financially, but it turned out that I wasn't going to get anything," she said in interviews. "After paying taxes and lawyers, I was penniless. I had to borrow money for rent." Sonny's tight control caused this financial betrayal. He owned their publishing rights, homes, and everything they built together. Cher's settlement, after 11 years of marriage, barely reflected her role in their joint success. These experiences changed Cher's approach to wealth management forever. "I learned my lessons the hard way," she wrote in her memoir. "Never again would I give someone else that much control over my life or finances." This careful mindset showed up in several ways. Direct involvement in contracts. She started reviewing all business arrangements herself and refused to sign agreements without a full understanding. Diversified investments. She expanded beyond entertainment into real estate and business ventures. Legal protection. She fought hard to keep her royalty rights and won against Sonny's widow. Her watchfulness created some professional tension. Music executives weren't used to artists who asked detailed questions about financial arrangements. They weren't used to artists who understood the business side so well, one former manager noted. Cher made business decisions like someone who never wanted to be financially vulnerable again. This explains her family's worries about A.E. Edwards. They see patterns from her past possibly repeating. Cher rebuilt her fortune amazingly after her divorce. Those early betrayals left lasting marks on her financial mindset. She once said, "Being broke is a terrible feeling. I never want to feel that way again, and I'll do whatever it takes to protect what I've built." And now, an obvious question arises. What happens to Cher's wealth after she's gone? The world of estate planning can't stop buzzing about how Cher will split her massive $360 million fortune. Family tensions are rising over inheritance issues as the singer moves into her 80s. Estate planning lawyers who handle celebrity wealth highlight two big challenges in Cher's case. Rich entertainers must deal with tricky tax situations that need smart trust setups. They also need special handling of intellectual property rights, like music catalogs, image rights, and ongoing royalties, to make sure heirs get the most value. Celebrity estates generally benefit from revocable living trusts rather than simple wills, says one top entertainment attorney. These trusts help assets move quietly between generations and skip the public eye of probate court while cutting down estate taxes. Cher's wealth spreads across real estate, music rights, and business deals. Estate planning experts suggest she needs separate trusts for different asset categories, clear succession plans for business interests, detailed provisions for intellectual property management. Could A.E. Edwards benefit more than her children? The biggest worry for Cher's family seems to be how her relationship with A.E. Edwards might change who gets what. Most celebrities leave their money to their kids, but recent cases have shown that romantic partners sometimes end up with large chunks of the estate, even in new relationships. Legal experts point out that Edwards wouldn't have automatic rights to inherit without marriage. Still, Cher could choose to give him valuable assets through specific changes in her will or trust. Her sons know she has complete freedom to share her wealth any way she wants. Even though her family raises concerns, the final choice stays in her hands alone. This inheritance drama adds more stress to family relationships already tested by her bond with the much younger producer. How will Cher divide her fortune between her children and her current boyfriend? Who do you think will get the bulk of her $360 million fortune? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.